Hot mic, hot mic. Good morning, everybody. You're watching Rodney Anderson live. We're just starting up. If you're not familiar with the show or with the content, however you'd like to refer to it, this is just an open forum where we talk about all questions, comments, concerns about mainly the state of OU athletics. Obviously, the football team is going to be talked about. We're well into basketball season these days, so we're going to discuss that a little bit. Oh yeah, we hired a new athletics director. Do we? I mean, I guess we announced that he's going to be our guy. Did he sign a paper that said he had a press conference and everything? So it's official.
He's got a press. I think his official start date's like February 15th. But
February 15th is the start day, right after Valentine's Day. For those of you that might be saying, "Wow, I've listened to this before," but that's a new voice. Rodney's lips weren't moving. That's my man, Brandon Gibson, behind the camera. We got him a mic, and so he'll be chiming in because I don't know everything and I need help. But yes, we're going to talk about the state of all things OU. Spring sports just around the way, so we might get to that if we got time. But for sure, want to hit on Roger Denny, new athletic director. For sure, would like to hit on men's and women's hoops. We're always going to hit on a little bit of football. Duh. But yeah, any questions, comments, concerns that I didn't touch on, let me know in the chat. I'll also be taking those. Initial thoughts, just kind of warming up. No pun intended. It's cold outside. It's so cold. I hope everybody was safe this past weekend from that winter storm that blew through. I was just in the crib the entire time. I have a little boy, 10 months old. We have just been kind of in and out of sinuses and colds and all that. So we played in the snow a little bit. Other than that, stayed out of it, stayed off the streets. Hot take, first one of the day. Oklahomans cannot drive in the snow. Like, we're not good at it out here. I'm not saying that I'm the best. I grew up in Texas, South Texas at that. So, like, we almost never saw snow. I did drive in it a lot, however, my time spent in Cincinnati. So I've got experience, and I at least have, like, the experience. I've experienced multiple climates. Texans are not good drivers in the snow. Oklahomans are about like Texans in that arena. And then anybody past Oklahoma up north, like they probably are pretty decent at it. Pretty good. I don't know. What do y'all think? I mean, I see some people in the chat already. Julie. I mean, maybe you can. I don't think everybody is a terrible driver in the snow, but I'd say the majority of Oklahomans are. Oops. Oh, well. Kenna K, can't wait for softball and baseball time. Me too. I'm really excited for softball this season. Our team last year, just so young. Very similar to our football team, I think. You know, just I guess maybe in terms of like our offensive play, like our O-line was so young. There was a lot of growing pains there, and I think we'll see a huge jump from them this coming season. Similar to softball, where last year they just had a young team. They made it very far in postseason. Just lacked a little bit of that experience once you get to that point of the season, I guess. You know, I don't know. They're phenomenal athletes. Yeah, I'm also very excited for softball season. Oh my gosh, already with the Ott. Y'all are so funny. Oh my gosh, I swear. Eric, what do you think about Ott showing out in the Senior Bowl practices? Boom, dot sooner. Ott seems to be doing well at the Senior Bowl. How do you think this last year at OU will affect his draft stock? I was going to wait to talk about Jaden Ott, but I don't know, BG, what do you think? let's just go ahead and knock that out.
Yeah, go for it.
So just to quickly reiterate my thoughts about Jade Knott during his time here, I always thought that he was a talented back, and for whatever reason, couldn't find his way onto the field. I got roasted a little bit. I ate my words a little bit, I guess. I don't know. During the Texas game, or like during the few times that he did play, it wasn't anything great, And so it was kind of like I see the talent, but it's not being shown. So what's the problem? And like, I left it at that because I'm not going to sit here and talk about things that I don't know, like speculation and all that. That's not this type of content. So, and I'm not surprised that he's doing well in the Senior Bowl. It actually is like kind of what I expected to see. He was always a talented back. I always bring up his Kent State game because that's really the only time we got to see him with any significant playing time. And the way he was reading blocks and setting defenders up, opening his own lanes, was just impressive. You don't teach it. That's something you can't really teach, vision like that. And so, as long as he had that little, and then the clip of him in OU practice went a little bit viral because he had a bad play against Texas where he seemingly jumped out of the way of a Texas defender. And so everybody's like, oh, he's not playing and he's scared to block. Not the case. I always say perspective is so skewed when you're watching on the TV screen. Even live, it's skewed. You're not out there, going to square up that block. I put myself in a lot of positions as a player where I thought I was about to make a really good block, and all of a sudden I'm so far out of position. It's because everything's moving all the time. And so, but all right, back to my point though. An OU practice clip goes a little bit viral where he like stones the linebacker. Was it Owen? I can't remember who the linebacker he's going against was. No, it wasn't a chump.
We don't have bad linebackers at OU, so
yeah,
whoever it was good.
Yeah, that's a great point. All of our linebackers have been pretty damn good the past few years. So whoever it was, he made a great block in practice. So it kind of raised eyebrows like, damn, what's the meaning of this? Where was this? And then he goes to the Senior Bowl. He's running routes out the backfield. He's blocking out the backfield, picking up Weeks. I noticed this, who he's been going against. Not a slouch linebacker, let me tell you. The heart and soul of LSU's defense this past season. And if there was one shining spot on the LSU team this past season, is their defense. And Weeks right at the center of all of that. So, Kenna K, biggest waste of money. You're not going to, in this day and age, not everything. What did I say last time? Like, you're not always going to bat 1,000. Everything's not always going to be, not every get is going to be perfect. In the older college era, where there was no NIL, not every recruit that ended up at this university was a good pickup. It just didn't hurt as bad when they left because there was no money tied to the situation. So, I get it. It hurts because it is a little bit of a waste of money, I guess.
In terms of production,
thank you.
The return on investment, the talent was there.
Yes.
He was on tape. He produced at Cal, and now he's showing at the Senior Bowl he can produce.
Exactly.
And so the talent's there in terms of yards, touchdowns, carries. Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. I hope nothing but the best for him. I truly think that he'll have a good career in the NFL. It just didn't work out. There's highs and lows to everybody's career, whether you're in sports or not. Maybe this was just a low part on his career. I hope it turns around for him. Anyways, I knew Jay Knott was gonna. We literally talked about that, me and BG, right before we got on. Jay Knott is definitely going to come up. Travis, I may as well just talk about the rest of the running backs, right? What do I think about our running back room? I'm excited for our running back room this year. I don't think we've had a lot of consistency. I'm talking about season to season in Venables' time here. So it's been nice to see us stick with Torrey and X as far as like two guys that are like those are our workhorses. Um, so I'm very excited to see how they develop and improve over this offseason. When I think about our run game, though, I'm more so thinking about our offensive line. I think that our offensive line last year, once we got them set, I really do think we started to make pretty good improvements throughout the rest of the season. You got to remember we had a lot of youth on the offensive line. We're starting 2 true freshmen, and so it was never going to look perfect. But going into this offseason, I know that is a point of emphasis, our run game, that is. I know Coach B is going to be getting the O-line right. They recruited a lot of depth for O-line, so that was good to see. There'll be a lot of good competition, I know. But I think with those 5 guys that we ended this year with, just all that experience that they earned this year, it can only do wonders for us in both the run and passing game, but we're talking about the running game right now. So I think Torrey Blaylock, Benji brought up Torrey Block being excited for his season coming up. I am too. I kind of think he impressive, so don't get me wrong, but I do think he ran a little bit like a freshman. Like there are some lanes that I think he probably missed and where he just, he's worried about falling forward and getting positive yardage and hold on to the rock. Like that's what you should be focused on. I hope that he gets to settle in and we get to see a little bit more of his shiftiness, a little bit more of his vision. You don't need to be a shifty back. You don't have to be a shifty back. But I do think all running backs need some type of vision. And so I'm really excited to see how Torrey's vision evolves going into year 2. And X, he kind of came on mid-season, was a little bit slow to start up. I don't know what the reason for that was, but I'll just be looking for him to start fast. I think he has enough experience to do that. Brandon made a good point. I think if they make the right improvements, we could be looking at like a Joe Samaje 1-2 punch type of a thing in the backfield, which was always fun to watch. I didn't mind the 1-2 Joe Samaje punch. Has there ever been a better 1-2 punch than Joe Samaje? What do y'all think? I don't think so. At OU, there have been some Alabama stables that I think would rival. I mean, damn. That whole like Trent Richardson, Eddie Lacy, TJ Yeldon. I'm probably forgetting some like really good backs also. Mark Ingram, damn.
Heisman winner.
Yeah, Heisman.
I think he was the first Heisman winner at Alabama. Maybe first running back Heisman winner. It was a big deal when he won.
Mark Ingram was the first Heisman winner at Alabama? Is that facts?
I'll look it up.
Damn. All right. Sorry, I've been neglecting the chat. What do y'all think about it? Is Samaje and Joe been our best 1-2 punch in terms of running back? Adrian DeMarco pre-injury, blurry fades. Yeah. DeMarco Murray, Chris Brown. That actually was a pretty good duo. Oh my gosh, that was a good duo. A couple of people said that. Or no, user just said it twice. Okay, I heard you. Damn. Maybe in like the wishbone. Do wishbone days count as like a 1-2 punch? When I think 1-2 punch, I think of two backs that have two like very high level backs that carry different skill sets. And in a wishbone, I kind of feel like those two tailbacks that are at the back of that wishbone, I kind of feel like they're more similar downhill type of backs. It's more of the wishbone was a philosophy for an older time, an older game, an older football. That being said, I do think that the wishbone would murder teams. Like, boy, we can get into that conversation another time. I don't want to go down that road today. Uh, I've watched X since high school, and I think he'll be punishing if the line steps up. Yeah, I agree with you, Travis. I kind of think that if you're not a punishing back already, then like an offensive line is not going to make you a punishing back. So if that's what you're saying, I do agree with you. Okay, we went down a little bit of a rabbit hole. If you're new to the chat, questions, comments, concerns. I hope everybody's staying safe out there. Roads are still a little bit icy. Some people have eaten it a little bit today on the sidewalk outside of our office.
Just gonna call me out like that.
Maybe just a little bit. Okay. All right. First topic for the day. We'll stick with the football theme. I like where we're at. What position groups are we looking to have the most like improvement this season? Or I'm sorry, what is our most complete position group is what I mean.
Game ready.
Yeah, game ready position group. Thank you, Brandon. We literally sit here before the cameras start rolling and talk about this stuff, and then I get on here and say it the wrong way. What is our most game ready position group? It's going to be on the defensive side of the ball for me. I think our most game ready position group would have to be our linebacking core, the linebacker room. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Okay. Dang. Let's get we got a lot of comments. Everybody's saying the defensive line is the most game ready position group. Like, I think I agree with you to a certain extent. I'm trying to think of who's going to be who's new on the defensive line this year.
Got Bishop Thomas transferred in.
Yeah.
Got Jake Krull on the edge. He's a 5-star out of IMG. Freshman coming in.
I don't know.
The returners, though, Stone, Jackson.
Yeah.
Taylor Wine.
I mean,
PJ.
I'm thinking about our returners, and I'm like, they seem pretty game ready to me. I'm trying to think of like new guys that would come in and, I D-line is definitely going. In my opinion, I think the linebacker core I just have a lot of faith in Kip Lewis. Retaining Owen I don't think we're going to retain him.
He's been participating in Senior Bowl stuff.
Right, yeah, he's been out there balling at the Senior Bowl. We're not going to get him back. Fabechi played in the game. Fabechi Weewoo?
He's in the Shrine.
Shrine Bowl. Okay, yeah.
He won an award.
Yeah,
he's been a standout.
Yeah, I'm looking. Man, he's such a good dude. I like our linebackers. I don't know. That's just me. Kip, in my opinion, is one of those personalities that, like, he understands the system. He's been in it his entire time here. I feel that we see a lot. It doesn't matter who's going to be out there with them. They play at high energy because Kip is the leader in that room. And so I like our linebacker core. But, I do think our D-line is probably just person for person the most game ready. Begs the question, what position group needs probably the most attention this offseason? I think if our linebacking core or our D-line, defense is probably most game-ready side of the ball. Probably going to be an offensive group. I like our offensive line. I get that they weren't probably we made it to the playoffs, dude. With that offensive line. Very young, inexperienced. We've kind of been touching on it. I do think O-line needs the most attention. It would be quarterback if we, in my opinion, I think I'm just itching to see like I don't know if we've really had a true like chip on our shoulder in that position group.
I think we do now.
Now, yeah, after the season that we had. Maybe. Tight end is interesting.
I mean,
It's kind of a question
it's
mark.
almost an entirely new group.
Yeah. Which I feel bad for Jaron in the Senior Bowl. He put some okay clips on tape. There was one that was kind of bad. I think Jaron in the NFL is going to be a utility player unless he lands on the perfect team. He's just one of those guys. Like, I think about Dimitri Flowers. Like, one of the most smart wing running back tight end hybrids that I've ever been around. And he could have played any position, could have played on any team, but like he was only going to have a successful NFL career if he landed on the perfect fit, the perfect team that needed a Dimitri Flowers. And like that's so hard. And if you don't land on that team, then you better get really good at special teams really quick. Like, because you're going to be running down on kickoff, you're going to be trying to block a punt. You got to be useful in another way. And so Jaron to me is that guy. Love him to death. For sure, a program guy. Like, good dude to have in the facility. I just hope that the NFL scouts see him for what he is. A very talented and athletic and smart individual that is a very specific piece.
You think about like Taysom Hill at the Saints.
Yeah.
Sort of like, I mean, sometimes he's a quarterback, sometimes he's a tight end.
Right.
There's a lot of special team stuff. I think if you get him with like think about like a Shanahan offense, like a San Francisco or, I try to think about like some of those offensive-minded guys that are like, oh, if I can find this gadget guy and kind of just get him in space and drop someplace for him, I think that he could carve out a really cool place in the league.
Agreed. And if you find that little lane, like sometimes the most guaranteed an NFL job gets is when you create a little lane for yourself and it's working. Boy, crazy. Anyways, tight end room, new coach, Jason Witten. I mean, sheesh, that doesn't hurt. I walked past that Florida transfer, Hayden Hansen. He's huge. He's so big. Gosh, I'm excited.
Well, 6'7" and 3/4. You bump up to 6'8".
I bump him up to 6'8". If a university official page puts you as like 6'7" and 3/4, that's so dirty. Like, give him that extra quarter of an inch. Come on. They lied on my height and weight so bad when I was a player here. At one point, it was like 230, 6'2". What? You're gonna give me 2 inches? Damn. I'm not 6. I'm like barely scratching the surface on 6'1". So,
what do you think the strategy is there?
What's that?
What do you think the strategy is? Do you want because for other people to see? Do you want teams to see it and be like, dang, that 24 is 6'2", 230, like? Yeah,
I mean, because it doesn't matter. Like it's 6'8" definitely sounds more intimidating than 6'7" and 3/4. Even if it is just the difference of a quarter of an inch. And so I think maybe there's a little bit of strategy there, but I don't know. I think the whole like looks tests, like height, weight, is the craziest when you're going through the combine. Like it feels very like old timey, if you get what I mean. If you understand what I mean. Oh my gosh. I'll go there for a second. Like, okay. For those of you that don't know, when you're at the combine, this part is hardly ever televised. And when it is, it's like tight camera angles, so you don't really see the full picture. They take you into the bowels of the stadium. So it's like underneath, like not a public concourse. It's like where the team locker rooms and stuff are, like where they load in. I promise, I did this myself. They strip you down to nothing but your compressions. There's a stage that is like in the bowels of the stadium. And it's a stage, it's nothing on it. There's an old white dude that's standing on the stage, and they call you up, and they literally go, Rodney Anderson, Oklahoma, 220 pounds, 6'1". And everybody like goes down to their notebooks, writes. And then I walk on stage and basically like hold my arms out. They like take all my measurements, and people just stare at you. It is very old timey, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Everybody's got to do it. It's just a weird thing. Like, you can take height and weight without it having to be a show, you know? Okay. Anyways.
I can't just like send an email. Like, hey, Rodney's 6'1", 220.
Yeah, like all of that could have been in an email. Like even with an attachment, like with a picture of me, yeah, standing with my arms out. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's get back on track. I can't laugh too much. I'm getting over this cold. Anyways. Oh, let's shift gears a little bit. I like where our heads are at. I think as a fan base, we're in the right. Our heads are in the right frame of mind, I guess. Our defensive side of the ball is good. Let's improve. Let's not get worse. Like, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. There's no staying the same. So let's continue to take steps forward on the defense side of the ball. Let's stay healthy.
Shout out DBs too, like Bowen brothers, Cortland. That's a stout group. Boganowski, Jeremiah Newcomb.
Yeah,
gets healthy. He was a stud in fall camp.
I'm really excited for, dude. If the Bowen brothers can continue this run, like, they're gonna go down as some of the greats. They're doing some like pretty special stuff at very special and opportune moments. So, yeah, it's super exciting to see. Let's go to our new AD. What are our initial thoughts about Roger Denny? Roger Denny. Somebody in our work group text dropped a graphic of, like, was it him with the Denny's logo in the background or something? It was like the breakfast Denny spot. I totally fell for it, like hook, line, and sinker. I was like, oh, he's related to the Denny family, or he owns some Denny's. I was so far off. He's no relation to the breakfast spot Denny's. Kenna, I hope he hates Texas. If you take a job here, I'm pretty sure like they ask you that in the interview. Do you hate Texas? Could it be a passion? You're hired. Okay, no, for real. Roger Denny. I think he's exactly what this day and age of college athletics needs. And I think you'll probably start to see a lot of colleges, if they haven't already, start to hire guys that are geared more towards corporate, logistical, stat-driven, because there's so much money flowing in so many different directions, so many contracts, and it's all new. It's all the first time that it's being done. And so you need a guy that can lead an athletics department in that manner. I don't think, like, Josie, let's talk about him for just a sec. Like, phenomenal athletics director. He was a great athletics director for a different time, where this whole thing really was driven by relationships. The model was different. You recruit guys out of high school. You hire a good head coach, and Josie, I think that's his thing. He hired Bob Stoops. Probably what he's most known for, I would say. And then a relationship guy goes and finds another relationship guy who builds a program built on, brotherhood and relationships, go win national championships. That was kind of the mold. You get guys in here for 4 years, you develop them, and then once you get going, like, it's a monster that kind of feeds itself. These days, though, with the transfer portal, You're worrying about retention and paying these kids what they're worth versus what they think they're worth. How can we go above the cap? Like, those are conversations that Joe C was. He never took the job thinking these are the conversations that I'm going to be having every day. It's kind of like Nick Saban. Nick Saban bowed out because this isn't what I signed up for. I signed up for to develop players. There's always a clip that goes around every now and then about something his wife said. I guess they
hosted recruits at their house all the time.
Yeah.
And he would take the players, and she would take the players' moms.
Right.
And they would kind of visit with them separately. Yeah.
Yep. And then I think the wife came back and was like, "Why are we doing this?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Well, all they care about is what they're getting paid. It used to be about development, school, and all that stuff." And so, yeah, all that to say, that's why Nick Saban left. It's probably has something to do with why Joe C is stepping down. It's just a different landscape than what he signed up for. And so these new problems, these new issues require a new leader. And that looks like it's going to be Roger Denny. I don't think, Randall Stevenson, I think we have to bring him up too, has been kind of behind the scenes, pulling a lot of strings. Like, he has a lot of influence with the powers that be, like the Joe Harris of the world, the Joe C's of the world, all the head coaches. I don't think he's going anywhere. He's still going to have a pretty heavy hand in a lot of OU athletics, probably football mostly. But I assume that he'll be working really closely with Roger and whoever Roger hires along with him. I'd be interested to see how, like, what the day-to-day changes for the athletic department actually are. And I'm sure it'll take a little bit of time to really feel that. But
one thing he said in his press conference, it was either his press conference or like whenever he actually talked to reporters or during like the introductory whatever, he said he's going to ask everybody the question why. And I think that's going to be interesting because he said people are going to get sick of me hearing it, but I'm going to be, why do we do that?
Yeah.
Why is this the way that we're doing it? Why are we not doing it this way? Why are we doing it this way? Excuse me. But yeah, I think it's going to do a lot to like.
I'll say it's nobody's fault, but unfortunately, I think we're a university where, you ask, why do we do it that way? Oh, it's because it's always been that way. That is the worst. That is exactly how you stay stagnant. And like I said earlier, really in sports, you don't get worse or like you don't stay stagnant. You get worse or you get better. And so, like, the whole, oh yeah, that's how we've always done it, and then you hide behind tradition. That's just the quickest trap, the slipperiest slope. So I love that Roger's coming in asking why. Why do we do that? Oh, well, that doesn't make sense. It's all about revenue generation these days. Like, it's no mistake that we went and hired a dude with a 15-year law background. Like, these contracts, we have to have somebody that understands contract law and is able to create an ecosystem where all of that is efficient. Because it's not like everybody's kind of just doing their best right now. Nobody has figured out the best method. I think we could probably get pretty close. Chat. I'm sorry. I went on a little bit of a rant. It wasn't really a rant. I'm not mad about anything. I'm excited. What do y'all think? Boom dot sooner. I agree with you. His law background will be very beneficial, he says. Boy, never did I think. Like, I have no law background, and I've seen so many contracts in the past however many years, like, since I've been back helping out with NIL, like, it's, man, I'm, like, constantly going to, like, Toby Baldwin. Hey, I read this contract. I'm pretty sure it says this. It says that, right? I don't know, dude. It's always good to have a lawyer in your corner, or an attorney or whatever. So, let's see. I want to know what he's going to do with Porter. We'll talk about that, Kenna. Oh, Benji brought it up too. We'll talk. Just go into it go into it right now, I guess. Excuse me. All right, okay, we'll go into it. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry, I had to read this. Puffy grows. This is what happens when you don't put a cap on NIL. Being progressive developed entitlement, not professionals. Oh, I see. Being progressive developed entitlement, not professionals. What are you replying to, Puffy Grows?
Probably Saban, New Era.
Oh,
NIL.
Saban New Era stuff.
Yeah.
So technically, there is a cap on NIL. Yeah, there is the rev share cap.
That's rev share. That's athletic department revenue.
Right.
They're given 20.5. NIL, like
Yeah.
true market value, NIL doesn't have a cap.
For sure. But that's not unfair.
Right.
Right. I think a lot of the misconception out there is that there is no cap in school. Like, there is a cap on what schools can give to players. There's not a cap on what schools can go generate in the business world for players.
Right.
It might seem like schools are pushing that price up, but really that is dictated by the market and those business owners. So there is no cap in the NIL marketplace, but as far as rev share is concerned, there is a cap. So just as long as like that distinction is being made, I don't want it to seem like, oh, well, these schools that just have like these crazy donor bases can just go raise all this money and they can have more money to spend rev share. That's not the case.
Technically, the rev share cap was technically supposed to kind of fix the pay for play that NIL had become at a lot of places. And so it's like your pay for play is this rev share. And so then the NIL is supposed to, in theory, transition to just true market value.
Right.
You're getting more NIL dollars if you're a more marketable, person.
But schools are leveraging their partnerships with those entities to maybe drive that price up.
Yeah. And I mean, it's probably likely that not every place is operating on a true market value NIL mentality, where it's just like, 20.5 is what we get from the school. NIL is the same thing, but just from a different source for some places.
For most places, I would say, like, you're not going to get another 20 million somewhere. Most places. Okay. While we're talking about it, everybody's talking about Porter. Like, I think this is all why it's so hard and why we need a guy like Roger Denny. Because honestly, most schools are giving most of their cap money to the football team because their football team is making them money. It's making them the most money. It's keeping their programs and their universities afloat. So like you can't just stop feeding them. But at the same time, you would like to grow your other major sports. It's like I totally get it. So what do you do men's basketball? I don't know. I wish Roger was here so I could ask him. I don't know. I don't know. I think SEC schools especially, like, every dime's going to the football team. Not every dime, but most of it's going to the football team. And so those basketball programs, and both men's and women's, are going to have to figure out a way to recruit and make their universities enticing because they're competing with like the Kansases and the Creightons and the Xaviers of the world who can give all their money to their basketball programs. It's tough. It is tough. I don't know. I think I still maintain that the portal is the biggest problem, not paying players. In my humble opinion. I do think that Roger made a point that he's going to look into the basketball programs
looking at everything. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, basketball's what's happening right now. I mean,
Yeah. So it's relevant.
Yeah.
And so he's asked about it, obviously.
So he's going to dig in and find out what's going on.
Yeah. That doesn't mean I like Porter as a coach and as a guy. Like he's very I told Brandon before this, I wouldn't mind playing for him. Like he seems like a guy that I would like to play for. I would love to like go to practice. He'd be a fun guy to see in the building, to travel with, to spend all this time with. It's just for whatever reason on the court, he's not able to like figure it out, translate that relationship and camaraderie into like productivity on the court. And bro, we've been in some close games too. It's like, how do you get
double buzzer beater?
Double buzzer beater like back to back? That sucks, dude. So and damn, pardon me. I would like to say, we mentioned it on the double take earlier this week. We've had a traditionally good
double take out this morning on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it did drop this morning.
After this,
my days are messed up because we didn't film on our normal day. Damn, what we're talking about?
Porter.
Oh, I totally lost my train of thought. Gee, thanks, Brandon.
Just trying to plug your podcast.
I know. Oh well, if it's important, it'll come back to me. All right. We just got to start drilling oil. That's pretty funny. We already do. If y'all don't think that our oil partners are our partners, like we are tapping out the oil industry. I promise. Oh man. Okay. Where do we go now, Brandon? I totally forgot what my train of thought was. Oh, I wanted to talk about women's basketball because on the flip side, Jenny she's figured it out. I think they might have a chance to make a pretty big run this year. I'm wondering, like, what does it take to have attendance and buy-in like Caitlin Clark had at Iowa State or Iowa? Because I feel that we have Aaliyah Chavez could be that. Could be the next. She's not going to be Caitlin Clark exactly like the personality persona of Caitlin, because she's just a different person, completely different background. But I think like star power, the type of player, dude, Chavez, man, she seems to be the real deal. I'm wondering how we can get the OU community to really rally. Because we could have a Caitlin Clark on our hands. Or am I tripping? Like, I don't think I am.
I think more wins like South Carolina helps. And you hate to say win and then we'll show up because that, you want people to show up because they support. But the other thing, too, is that, like, Caitlin Clark, I mean, I feel like she jumped on the scene her last 2 years, maybe 3.
That's fair.
But I don't know, like, as a freshman, she immediately was filling up.
I don't know. Was she balling like this as a freshman? I guess I got to go watch old Caitlin Clark tape. I think Aaliyah Chavez is every bit as talented. She has just as high of a ceiling as Caitlin Clark. And she just got here, which is why it's so scary. So I feel that just keep her happy, keep her on campus. Boy, sky's the limit. I hope that we really start packing out the arena for her. 'Cause she could really do a lot of, like, that's the type of a talent that could bring money in, So.
I mean, she took over that South Carolina overtime.
Right? Yeah. And wasn't South Carolina number 2?
I think so.
Yeah, number 2. Oh, I didn't know that. Benji just said 6-time SEC Freshman of the Week recipient. I mean, what else? What is a better definition of consistency?
I mean, Nike athlete. I mean, she's shooting national spots. She was in a commercial with Kobe's daughter.
Yeah, that was wild. Which, for those of you that don't know, she's a huge Kobe Bryant fan. Like that's how she models her game, who she models her game after. Boom dot sooner. Do you think so? If we make a pretty nice March Madness run, do you think that puts Aaliyah Chavez on the map quicker?
I think she's on the map. I guess I was trying to say like do we have one? Like, you look at the Caitlin Clark effect of what happened at the end of her college career, and then in the WNBA. Like, I think it took some time to get there. Aaliyah seems to show up with a lot of that. Like, she has that now.
Yeah. I agree.
Find out how to capitalize.
I'm glad somebody else brought it up. Benji did. Guys, we're effing back. We're effing back.
Oh my god, dude.
I mean, look, I'll be the first to say I don't love when coaches just like, cause like I don't know, it can be corny really quick in the wrong situation. Like, it's very easy to like want to hype up your team, and then all of a sudden it was just so corny. That to me was perfect timing, like just chef's kiss. Like, Jenny really, she has her pulse to the team. I think she has the pulse of the fan base. You know, she has the pulse of the loyal fans that do show up, that do ride or die. I love it, you know. More of that. Like, not more of that on purpose, just more of that authentic passion.
I hope she's not embarrassed. She's made a handful of comments of like, I didn't know that you guys had a camera in my huddle, and like she'll be joking with SEC Nation or like ESPN, being like, next time you're not going to be allowed in our post-game huddle. You know, I hope she's not embarrassed by it, because I think that the response has been like
every interaction that I've had with Jenny, like she's exactly that kind of person. Like, she's unapologetically herself in any situation. And then looking back on it, she's like, oh man, was that too much? Like, no, don't apologize. Like, we love it. More of that. Kel's Fishing. I am related to Ryder Anderson. He's my little brother. 2 years younger than me.
Indiana football.
Oh my
alum.
gosh. Dude, yeah, he finished his college football career at Indiana. And dude, before Indiana won the national championship, we FaceTime all the time. You know, it's just Ryder popping on my screen. What's up, bro? Hey, bro. And then after Indiana wins the national championship, I hop on FaceTime with him. He's in his Indiana hoodie, his Indiana t-shirt, his Indiana pants, his Indiana hat. Oh, we want to pull out the Oh, now we're proud of being an Indiana alum. Okay. I'm just giving him a hard time. The beef with Angel Reese helped make Caitlin Clark a national star. Is that becoming a thing? Like, these storylines, like athletic beefs? It seems to be like more in both men's and women's basketball. But for like, I followed it as if it was a reality TV show when it was Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, and even into the WNBA a little bit. I don't know who would be Aaliyah's Angel Reese. She just got here, so she probably don't have an arch nemesis yet. Usually the superhero does a pretty good job of cleaning up the streets before he gets an arch nemesis. And so maybe someday that evil villain will, you know, rise to the occasion and try to throw off order in the world. Let's see. Appreciate you guys jumping in. Questions, comments, concerns. Yeah, dude, it's that time of year, you know. We got basketball going on, but we're kind of still too far to be excited about March Madness. Football season just ended. Bat and ball sports haven't started up yet. Oh shoot, I totally forgot. I want to back to jump back to football a little bit. Schmitty. He's no longer the head strength coach. He got promoted to a title that I don't know, but he now oversees like all of strength and conditioning, health and nutrition, recovery. Like he's kind of all encompassing, and I think that was a great move. His old role, where he's just the head strength coach, he is literally just the weight room guy, just the warm-ups before practicing games. Hey, coach, I need a stretch. Hey, coach, I want an extra lift. Like that was basically it. Now he oversees that in conjunction. Like, how does that work in conjunction with nutrition, and how does that work in conjunction with recovery and health and all that stuff? It's a little bit, in my mind, similar to BV when he hired Jim Nagy. Like BV was having to do all these separate things, and to make it more efficient, he said, look, I'm a head football coach. That's all I want to do. I'm going to hire somebody else to be the front office. I think they promoted Schmitty to run that area of the program. I think it'll be great. So yeah, I just wanted to make that point. Sorry to be a little bit sporadic, but I love Schmitty, dude. Me and Caleb Kelly think he deserves a statue. Does Jerry Schmidt deserve a statue? Jokingly, I said that the plaque should read, there's no cheese in the back, big dog. If you want the cheddar, you got to step up. I freaking love that guy. Anyways. Oh. Yeah, I want to, Kels, how do you know Ryder? Oh, I guess you're an Ole Miss fan. Yeah, he started his career at Ole Miss. Then finished at Indiana. Oh, man. Will he still get pissed if you don't make time? Schmitty's not going anywhere, so he'll still be in the building. I wonder if he'll smile more. I wonder if that is the part that I don't know. Schmitty was he really wasn't a super serious guy. Like in workouts, obviously, like when it's time to be serious, he's the most serious. But he's really, like, once you get to know him, he's really not like the most serious guy. He's fun to be around, and so yeah, I think him being around won't, like, he'll still have respect, but it'll be like the good kind of respect that you would want from your team.
So not a full Coach Bob transition.
Yeah, no. Not he's not like just gonna all of a sudden start showing up in jeans and like, hey guys, how's it going? That's not shitty. Todd Bates should get a statue. What's the acronym that's on that placard? I wonder. I bet the acronym would be statue. STATUE. Did I spell that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, it'll stand for something. Only he would be able to come up with it. Excuse me. Did I have an arch nemesis? I did. Curtis Bolton on my team. So we called him Buzzy, Curtis Bolton. He might still play in the league. He played for a while, maybe 7-8 years. Curtis Bolton was a linebacker for us. I think he got here maybe from like 2014 to 2017. Maybe that sounds right. He wasn't like the biggest linebacker on paper. Wasn't like the most physically like astounding guy, but boy, he just knew how to play the position, and he was very intentional with how he played linebacker. And so as a running back that struggled to block and learning how to block, he gave me fits all the time in practice. Yes, Nathaniel, he played at He played at Green Bay for a little bit. Played at the Raiders. Braden, our resident Bears fan, hated to hear the Green Bay Packers get brought up. Yeah, he spent some time with Green Bay, spent some time with the Raiders. Maybe another spot.
Bunch.
Huh?
Packers, Texans, Colts, Niners, Lions, Raiders, Dolphins, Giants, Titans.
Oh, I see.
Bunch of practice squads.
I didn't realize he jumped around that much. But my point being, like, he was never the star on the OU team, but honestly, probably one of the better linebackers. Like, when he blitzed gaps, he would do this thing like where he'd line up in the A gap, and they would both center and guard would point to him. That's our guy, and then we're going to work up. He would slip them right between them. He'd turn his hips sideways, slip right between them, and square up and be able to, like, make a play on Kyler. He was he was good. He was really good. So he was always giving me fits. He made me a better blocker. Even running routes against him, like, he's very quick, shifty, good with his hips. Made me a better route runner. So yeah, he for sure was my nemesis. Nemesis is from other teams. I don't think I had any. I wasn't really I was too tired to talk too much during games. I didn't really get into too many beefs. I did get into it with Buzzy though. If anybody get me out of character, it was him. But we're friends. Like, I honestly think we had a little scuffle during practice one time, and I think after that it was like, okay, we're cool. We're good now. Okay. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. I think let's start to slow it on down. We've covered a lot. A lot has happened for such a slow time of year. I mean, there's bound to be a lot of changes whenever you hire a new AD. I think if I'm going to pull anything of note from this live stream, I think Roger Denny. Like, let's see. I'm excited. I think he's what we need. I think he'll do a good job, not just for our football team, but he'll be good for other sports. Optimizing revenue and improving on revenue generation is how you're going to improve other sports that aren't football. It's how you're going to keep them relevant financially. So.
Last question.
No, my brother's not coming back. Oh, at least once a show. At least once a show. He's going to Kentucky. So technically, he is going to come back. Yeah. It is a
one night only.
One night only. If you want to see Nick one last time in OU Stadium, Gaylord Memorial.
Him and Cortland going to fight.
Ooh, a little Nick Anderson, Cortland Guillory matchup. I wouldn't hate it. I'm always like to put the best corner on Nick. Like, I want the best competition for my little brother. So,
even former roommate Kip, Nick does a slant over the middle, something like that.
Dude, they're great friends. Nick, Caden Helms, and Kip Lewis used to room together when they were all three living in Norman. And like the best of friends, but I think Kip would take a shot if he had it on Nick. So I might have to warn Nick a little bit. Hey, dude, like, if you're coming across the middle, watch that. Watch out for your old roommate. Gilly versus Anderson. A new Clark versus Reese. I love it. Honestly, that's a great point. I think I'll end on this. If we're going to find silver lining in this new college atmosphere, like where there's money flying around and transfer portal's wide open and there's no rules, whatever, I think that it could really produce a lot of storylines like this, where you got teammates that leave and now they're playing their old team. And that's kind of what you see in the NFL a lot, like guys that leave a team for whatever reason, not enough money, not enough contract space, not enough space on the team, not a good culture fit. They go somewhere else, they have success, they run into their old team. Like, that's storylines that are fun to follow.
I mean, you got Bake and is it Stefanski?
Oh, Bacon Stefan, yeah.
Because Stefanski's the Falcons head coach now.
Yeah, he's like, I saw he was like kind of.
So like divisional.
Yeah.
Because the Bucs will play the Falcons twice a year, so
right.
Kind of have some of that.
Benji, you've been coming in with a lot of great points. It's appreciated. The Parker Livingston storyline is going to be super fun to watch, especially because we should be that's the game, right? Like, we got to whoop that ass. We do.
Here's the deal. We're 1-3 with BV.
Right.
The 1 year we won, we had a healthy quarterback.
Yes.
Right? Year 1, you had Braden Willis taking snaps at quarterback.
Okay, that I was trying to remember. Was it a concussion that took?
Yeah. Week before or something like that.
Dylan. What's that? DG.
Yeah, Davis Bevel.
Bevel. Oh my God.
Like I said though, Braden Willis ended up taking some snaps. Eric Gray was running Wildcat.
Yeah, when you're starting weight room Willie at quarterback.
Was he the one that threw that little jump pop pass that got picked off? Is that Willis or was that?
Was that Bevel?
I don't know.
No, we were in Wildcat. We had somebody back there who
probably Eric Gray or Willis.
It looked like a dive, and then he stopped and tried to throw a little jump pass.
So that was our quarterback situation year 1.
Yeah, so that might be a great point. Like,
year 2, DG's healthy.
Yeah. Look what happens.
Last year, or Hawkins, had the uncertainty year 3, Hawkins and Arnold.
Yeah, the back and forth between Michael
Freshman.
Hawkins Jr. and Jackson Arnold. And then this past year, John Mateer, he was like 15 days off of his thumb surgery.
Yep.
That still blows my mind. So all these storylines, I think, are super fun to watch. You had them a little bit in the past, but I don't know. I think they're a lot more fun these days. I don't know. Dang, y'all always ask good questions at the very end. How much money would Bake have made? They could have paid him. All of it.
20 and a half.
The cap. Everybody else just go get an agent, go do fair market deals. Oh, man. Who would have made the most? Bake, Tebow, Manziel? Manziel.
I still think Bake.
Really?
Manziel had too many, off the field, which Bake had a few, but, I feel like Manziel was he would have been more risky.
Right.
Tebow,
I think Manziel was getting bailed out in a pre-NIL era by oil money. That's what was saving him, donors and powerful people. I think those same powerful people back up the truck for him in an NIL era.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm thinking of true market value. Here at OU, we do true market value, NIL.
Yeah. Dang, I need to cut back on my Marlboros. Just playing. I don't smoke Marlboros. Yeah, I don't know. Look, it's going to be interesting this year. A lot of changes happening over this off season. But that's good. It's a good thing. Change is good. I think we just got to kind of just wait and see. I think Roger's good for the all programs, good for the university. It's a waiting game at this point. Oh, Cam Newton. Yeah.
He had the personality.
He did have a really good personality. All right. Okay. I'm not going to look at the comments anymore. Y'all keep pulling me back into conversation. Follow us at One Oklahoma, at Join One Oklahoma. You can be looking forward to more content. We do this live once a week. Caleb, King, Kelly, and myself have a podcast, The Double Take, hosted right here in the studio that comes out once a week on Thursdays. And then we'll also be gearing up for some more content as the year and the semester continues. Everybody stay safe out there. Boomer Sooner.